You know, in my work, I encourage people to meditate more. You know that, you've been watching my videos. And oftentimes I get people coming to me, especially because I work with people who are busy, you know, not just entrepreneurs, but also mothers. I have this nonprofit commissioned by the Public Health in Hertfordshire in England, where I live. And also the council and the department of where I live, they pay basically my nonprofit to deliver sessions for mainly families and especially mothers of young children. So guess what? Those mothers are just busy because every mom is busy, right? And not only that, they also are kind of exhausted. Like, I know what it's like. I'm a mom myself. That's why I created this, to help other moms. Having this nonprofit and facing the feedback that I get sometimes around meditation, with people telling me, Mary, I don't have time to meditate. The stuff takes too long. I don't have an hour every day or even 30 minutes to sit and do a guided meditation, or worse, a meditation in silence where like my mind be overthinking, etc. And I get it. But you know what? And then something you need to remember, meditation doesn't take time for you, or it looks like it's taking from your time, but actually it's giving you more time in the long run. Not even in the long run, kind of straight away. I'll give you a few examples of my life. Number one, when I first started my business, so I share holistic events, and also both physical and online, and I help other holistic entrepreneurs do the same. I help them with their events, and both physical and online, and I kind of take away from them the technical stuff. So my company would deal with anything technical, so they don't have to do the technical bit, which is like annoying. And at the beginning, when I was setting up, I never really had too many of those, but when I was setting up, I would receive emails from customers saying, oh, I can't download this course. Where is the link? Because sometimes, you know, the emails, and you probably had that yourself, the email ends up in the spams and you can't see it, and you can't like access the course you've bought, or you made a payment and you can't see the confirmation email, things like that, right? Technical stuff. And so I would get those emails sometimes. But since I have a schedule, I would meditate first before answering the emails. And after my meditation, what would oftentimes happen is that the client would send an email saying, oh, actually, Mary, I figured out, I found the link. I got it. I got the course. It's great. I'm good. Or, oh, I received the email. I've seen it. And they didn't have the issue anymore. My point is, as you meditate, your life will ease up, and things will kind of, you know, transform by themselves without you having to be in the middle, like a middleman or middlewoman all the time. And that's the greatness about meditation. Another example I have is when I started again in my early 20s, which is like 15 years ago, something like that. And I quit my job, but while I was working that job, I bought a place in Paris. So I had this mortgage to pay, and I still had to pay it after I quit my job, which was great, right? And at the same time, I was learning to be financially independent, which was really tricky because I never did that in my life before. So as I was going through the process with ebbs and flow and challenges, and at some point I had not enough money to pay for my mortgage, and the bank called me and they say, oh, Mary, your mortgage, are you not paying it this month? What's happening? And I explained to them that I didn't have enough money. And then the dude, I think, said, oh, I will get my manager to call you back. And in the meantime, I started this meditation, because what else can you do when you're like broke? You may as well meditate, right? Like a miracle could always happen. And so I was meditating. I think I did this 2-hour meditation and focusing on the light and the sound like I do. And straight after, the bank calls me again, and it's that manager, and it's a woman, and she's asking again, what's the reason you haven't paid your mortgage this month? And I just genuinely tell her, super like peaceful and relaxed, I don't have the money. And she goes, well, when will you have it? And I'm again saying peacefully and very honestly, I don't know. And then she goes, well, okay, we'll just wait. And that's what she said. When does the bank tell you they're just going to wait without charging you any fees? That's just what they did. And I think they did wait 3 months for me to kind of recover from this. I took my time because there was obviously a lot going on, and they didn't charge me anything. And eventually I was able to pay my mortgage and everything was fine. Yeah, I'm not saying, just meditate, everything will just, be great in your life and all challenges will magically disappear. No, but I do say that it's going to help you go through life in a much easier way and peacefully, which is very important. On top of that, because I'm not a scientist, but I don't want to sound too spooky either, if I Google the scientific benefit of meditation, it's actually proven now, and since I'm not, again, a scientist, I'm going to read them from Google. It says meditation reduces stress and anxiety, improved focus and memory, which is really great because you can remember things that you didn't without meditating. Better emotional self-control, enhanced immune function, relief from chronic pain. Can you believe these things? And on top of that, if you combine meditation with visualization, again, Google, on top of meditation, if you add visualization, which is what I do in my retreats and events, online and physical, I blend different holistic practices, including meditation and visualization, you get, listen to this, increased muscle strength, reduced pain and stress, improved healing, enhanced problem solving, increased focus and attention, enhanced learning, improving your mood, neural overlap, which is basically the fact that your brain doesn't distinguish real from imaginary. So if you have a visualization, your brain is thinking you're actually doing the stuff, which is how I actually perform public speaking and train for public speaking. Like my communication improved just using this technique while I sleep, by the way, because I do that while I sleep because I have no other time, too busy. And if you look at my previous videos, past videos from a few years back, you will really see the difference. It's actually freaking embarrassing. But that's how I do public speaking now. I just train visualizing and meditating while I sleep. That one, neuroplasticity, consistent visualization can lead to physical changes in the brain. My friend, it's basically changing your brain, rewiring your brain, and as I said before, creating new neural pathways, improving neural pathways, creating new connections that support desired behaviors and goals. This is a tool that you must have on a daily basis if you can. If you go through changes using at least those two techniques, and again, I use a lot more, you can really impact your life big ways. And it's going to be easier for you to go through challenges because guess what? When you change a habit, as we are creatures of habit, it's really hard for our body and mind to change. And the body sees it as a challenge. And basically, it's like a trauma response that you're going to get unless you use those techniques of meditation and visualization to help your body and mind cope and see it as a positive impact instead of a trauma. And then you create this positive cycle you can repeat ongoing every time you go through changes instead of something negative that your body will react from negatively. And combine this with the full moon. When the moon is at its peak, that means everything energetically is enhanced and your emotions as well and your capacities as well. My friend, this is a maximum you can possibly ever get from a practice as powerful as meditation or visualization. And here we're not spooky because the science said it. Join my next full moon retreat, either online or physical, link under this video, and you can experience the changes and the powerful transformation in only 3 days. I'll see you later. Bye now.